What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another Epic 7 video. We got the Abyssal Yufine preview loaded up, and right after we have the Kane as well, so I can't wait to watch these with you guys. Let's check out the first hero. All we know so far is that she was a Knight Aquarius, Dark Knight Aquarius. I can't wait to see what her kit is all about. Some messages did kind of tell me a little hint, but I didn't watch it just yet, so let's see.
Out, not even I know how to stop her.
Okay, I think it's the regular Yufine voice on...
the darkness.
Ooh, that animation looks crazy.
Because it hides your suffering.
Okay, I like that.
Like it when I hurt you?
The VA... No offense, guys, whenever I talk about voice actors or anything like that, no offense to the actual voice actor themselves. I'm sure they're great. But maybe, like, just for me, it doesn't really feel like it fits Yufine. But maybe I'm wrong. Tell me what you guys think about the voice. I've always felt that way for Yufine and a few others on the English side of things. But I do think design-wise she looks great, and maybe it'll be fine.
Is a pure-blooded dragon.
Pure-blooded dragon.
Despite their long-lasting war with the
look at this concept art.
The Wind Dragons had been holding on to hope and solidarity.
She has like a little veil on.
But one day, they learned that the Karoons had been completely annihilated.
Okay, the sprite.
Out of fear.
The sprite looks okay, guys. Not too amazing for a unit that's coming out in 2023. Like if you look at Fallen Cecilia, one of the very first ML5s. I feel like this could look a little bit better. The sword looks not too great, but I'm such a big fan of Yufine and the dragons. I think I'm fine with it no matter what.
Of facing the same mysterious
this possession thing I think is really cool too.
The began experimenting with dark magic stones they had obtained from the Karoon village.
Karoon, okay.
Yufine became the subject of a series of brutal experiments that have left her traumatized.
Dang.
She's lost all her friends and family. Now, she's beginning to lose
I can save her. All right, here we go, guys. We'll pause from here. So, like I said, Dark Knight Aquarius with imprint concentration of defense. The stat line looks very, very good in terms of like bulk. Imprint release will be health. All right, let's go ahead and check it out from here. So, first skill, the skill 2 passive, and look at this. The artwork shows like she has like 2 forms or 2 split personalities, right? They said she underwent some experimentation. When the enemy's not an elite or boss monster, all right, so no PvE. Reduces the effect of combat readiness increase granted to the enemy by 30%. All right, so pretty much Politis passive. And then that can scale up to 30, 40, 50%. The effect does not stack with other passive effects of the same name. When attacked, gains 20 fighting spirit and has 30% chance to kill. Oh. All right, so being a knight, of course, guys, we get some built-in counterattack. That means you don't have to build a counter set on her. But any unit that has built-in counterattack, guys, if you do want to build counter set, it will improve the odds, but it's not a straight stack. So it doesn't go 30% doubled to 60. Instead, it's like 2 separate 30% checks, which is almost like the equivalent of maybe, what, 45% chance to counter if you do the statistics. But anyways, at the start of the turn when Fighting Spirit is full, oh, so she's a Fighting Spirit unit. Oh my god, there's so much already to this passive. Combat readiness decreased 50%. Like Politis, she is a Fighting Spirit unit that has built-in counters attack. And then dispels all debuffs from the caster. All right, cool. And I really like this artwork as well. Okay, let's go on. Let's see the animation. Is there? I don't know if they're going to show an animation for Inner Abyss. Maybe her proccing? No. Okay. No animation for Inner Abyss. Let's go to skill 3, Frenzied Strike. She needs to use 100 Fighting Spirit. This is a 4-turn cooldown. Inflicts trauma on the caster for 3 turns before attacking all enemies. Okay, trauma. On the caster. So she casts this on herself and then attacks all enemies. And then dispels all buffs and decreasing combat readiness by 50%. So she dispels. So she's going to cast trauma on herself, AoE attack, dispel all the buffs with ignore effect resist. Oh boy. And decreasing combat readiness by 50% on top of that as well. It is kind of awkward though that this is a Fighting Spirit move that you have to use Fighting Spirit to use it, and it still has a long cooldown. So pretty much this is going to be very hard to use more than once in a match, I assume. It's a lot of requirements to use. You have to both wait the turns and then also have your Fighting Spirit ready. But anyways, let's see what the trauma. It decreased defense by 70. So she's going to decrease her own defense by 70%. That's like greater attack, greater defense break on herself, but increases attack and speed by 100%. Holy crap. This is already way more complicated than most units Smilegate creates. So kudos to them for having an interesting unit here. If the defense prior to the effect of trauma is 2,000 or higher, the stat increase effects are doubled. Okay. Prior to the effect of trauma, 2,000. So that's prior to the 70% defense break. Or the decrease. I'll start calling it decrease. I I think on units like her with the Aquarius sign, 2,000 defense will be very easy to achieve if you have gear. I think people might even build her much, much higher than that. Because wait, let me look at the no, the skill 2. We've only seen the skill 2 so far. But the attack, if you're higher than 2,000 defense, the attack and speed will be 200% increase. Man, I wonder how that's gonna play out. So she's gonna want defense, she's gonna want attack, she's gonna want speed, and there's no free crit here either. So she's gonna want crit chance and crit damage on top of it. Okay, she does have a self dispel, right? I think I saw that here, a self cleanse at the start. Yeah, so she'll dispel all debuffs from herself once she has 100 fighting spirit. So maybe you don't need too much effect resist. It is still a little bit worrisome though. A lot of units can lock her down because she does need 100 fighting spirit to cleanse herself. But yeah, maybe we can slack on that stat because it seems like she's going to be very, very stat hungry. But let's go check out this animation of Frenzied Strike real fast. I did like the animation. Yeah, that crazy look in her eye is awesome.
Are applied.
See this real fast?
This is a unique effect and is unaffected by turn duration reductions and cannot be dispelled, duplicated, or stolen.
So talking about the trauma unique effect. Okay.
Skill.
Let's see that damage. Looks like it was... Seems okay. 13k, 4,000, 5,000. So not like... She's not one-shot cleaving the entire team, right? But she is now activated in her trauma mode, which is like her split personality. And that's when she's going to get those huge attack and speed boosts, right? Also, it's interesting here. She's getting life... I think they have her on a lifesteal set. Is there a night lifesteal artifact? Either way, I think the play will be to do lifesteal since she has built-in counter set. Lifesteal, maybe destruction is usually the play. I don't think the counter set is worth it unless you really want that redundancy, guys. But let's continue on here. So skill 1 is the Dragon's Breath, which is actually like Yufine's skill 2, and then Holiday Yufine skill 1. So they're moving the Holiday Yufine AoE to skill 1 here. All right, guys, that means Elbrus Ritual Sword on a knight is going to be kind of nice. And then we're also going to get a 45%, and then, yeah, quick glance here, 10, 15, 60% decreased attack break for 1 turn. But an AoE decreased attack break is very good, guys. Attack break is one of the best when you're fighting aggressive teams. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's defense. Okay, so she will be defense scaling on the skill 1, but not on the skill 3 from what I saw. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. When the caster is granted trauma, activates Unbridled Outburst instead of Dragon's Breath. Okay, man, there's so much of this unit. But so far, what we've broken down is she's going to sit in her form. She's going to reduce the enemy's combat readiness. She's going to have an AoE attack breaking skill attack 1 that has built-in counter set, and you can attack on Elbrus counter set or Elbrus Ritual Sword to make her like sort of like a Bellion or Emma Landy, right? That way, anyone that hits, she could potentially pop off, do her AoE. I'm assuming that this isn't going to be too strong, even with defense scaling. But the attack break and the fact that it's AoE is very, very nice. We can soul burn it for more damage too. And then, of course, when we do finally get 100 fighting spirit and we activate that skill 3 to get our trauma, we're going to have a different attack that instead it becomes, it looks like single target and does 70% defense pen. Okay. I'm assuming that's just Yufine's normal like swing, right? Green Yufine, when she does her skill 1 attack, like a huge axe swing. Let's check out this animation real fast. I want to check the damage too on the showcase here. So, oh, they're not going to show the AoE damage? It looks like she's already attacking. So she's in trauma already, meaning it's going to be a single target hit here.
When 10 soul is consumed, increases damage dealt.
18k to an Apocalypse Ravi. Okay. I mean, that is really nice. And of course, you don't want to take too much into these showcases, guys. We don't know what kind of stats they're running, artifacts, and all that stuff. You can kind of piece some things together, but yeah, we'll see. We want to see the multipliers build her for ourselves. But so far, wow, like what a crazy. Let's see the lobby animation real fast. What an insane kit, guys. No matter what, I have a feeling when Smilegate goes really, oh, wow, that is cool. When Smilegate goes really crazy, let's let this play while I talk. With these kind of designs, and crazy in a good way, not, you know, no pun on her personality split. But a lot of times when they want like so many stats, and then they also have like self-defense, she's going to self-defense break herself, but also get like a crazy attack and speed boost. It's such a creative and unique design that I really want to give them props for. It's going to be fun. But I think she might end up being like too stat hungry against teams that don't really, you know, need combat readiness pushed in a lot of like standard matches. She may not feel like she does enough. And then I'm still worried as well, if your gear isn't amazing, you don't have self-imprints as well for like the boost on defense. I think that self-defense break could also be very, very scary, because when she does eventually turn into trauma, I'm wondering if she's very susceptible to just getting destroyed, because the meta, at least right now, the meta, it's a lot of damage that can be pumped out, especially later on in Frenzy. So we'll have to see. Her stat line looks great, but overall, I love it. I'm definitely going to pull for her. I'm going to test her. I think no matter what I was going to use, I really like all the dragon characters in Epic 7. So no matter what, I would use her. And the fact that she's not like a pure cleaver means I definitely will enjoy running her. She's more going to be like, I think, anti-cleave. Maybe she's possibly just a strong unit that you can use sort of like ML Landy. But we'll have to see exactly how much the trauma really... It's almost like a second unit, guys, like Tamarin. Not quite as insane, but there is almost 2 modes to her, right? When you have your fighting spirit stacked, you can activate. So here's the AoE real fast. I want to look at the damage real quick. Yeah, very negligible on certain units, but Arwell just took extra, 1 being light and then 2 being the Aureus or the escort damage share. But yeah, about 2k. It looked like about 2k. The attack break, though, is very, very good. Look at this attack break on the Auden. Could have been on the APOC, too. It probably just didn't hit. It's, I think, 60% chance, right? Okay. Anyways, guys, enough talking here. Just wait. I will definitely do a review for her. I'm super excited, but maybe hold off on pulling unless you really like Yufine or the dragons like me, because I do think she's going to be, 1, very hard to build, and 2, maybe not the best for just regular play. She might have her niches here and there. But we'll have to see in the long run, because I think she's very complicated. But that's a good thing to me. All right, guys. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.